My name is Emer Maguire. I'm a science communicator, and I'm also a radio presenter for BBC. So the science that I like to talk about is science that's in the everyday, and science that people can relate to. And on my radio show, Science and Stuff with Emer Maguire, we talk about all the science and tech that's on offer in Northern Ireland and further afield. So the type of science that I love is sexy science. And I can tell from that murmur of appreciation there, most of the people in the room agree that science is very sexy. But if you don't think that, hopefully by the end of this I can convince you that it is. So I'm going to talk about love. Is anybody here in love? Put your hands up. A lot of people. Are you two a couple? Yeah, that was really awkward because he didn't put his hand up very quickly at all. I don't think it counts if you nudge him, just saying. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about the science of love. So Vincent van Gogh once said that love is a mystery in a mystery. And I thought, that's beautiful and everything, but Vinny, that doesn't really give us any facts or any science. So I wanted to find out what the science and the statistics were behind love. And I discovered that love is split into 3 stages. And there's a fantastic biological anthropologist, Helen Fisher, who talks about this in quite a lot of detail, but we're going to split it into 3 stages. And we're going to start at stage 1, lust. So at puberty, 2 sex hormones become active in the body. We've got our estrogen and we've got our testosterone. And from then on in, we are constantly on the prowl for somebody to reproduce with. Correct? Yeah? You're like, yes. So if you meet someone and you're attracted to them, one of the first things to do is make sure your first chat-up line is a good one, because it can take less than a second for your brain to decide if you're going to fancy someone or not. This was my go-to chat-up line. Not a great one. People tend to think you're calling them fat. So just keep that in mind. Now, we humans are quite good with unrequited lust. If we don't like someone, fair enough, we'll move on to the next person. Animals aren't as good as us. So if we take the flirty male wolf spider, for example, if he approaches an unwilling female, she doesn't just retreat, she eats him. So don't feel too bad next time you're on a night out and you're rejected, because it could be a lot worse. So this kind of got me thinking about animals mating, which is a weird segue. So people ask me, well, do animals fall in love? And I think they do, but I think to the untrained eye, it almost seems as though animals just meet and mate. Is that a fair enough thing to say? And I thought, maybe we could learn something from the animals. We spend a lot of time on things like Tinder, spend a lot of money on dates and outfits. Maybe we could learn something from the animals. So I thought, there's a gap in the market for a song about animals who fall in love. And I also thought, I really feel like I'm the person to write that song. And my mum was like, you're not the person to write that. But I just thought, I would be the person to write it. So this is an animal love song from the point of view of the animal who sees a couple of humans on a date and thinks, nah, mate. We both locked eyes across the green. I'd never seen such a handsome beaver. He caught my eye with his healthy size and his toothy smile. I could tell that he was eager, so I walked right up and I sniffed your butt. And you smelled just like a tree. I knew you were the one for me. And you must have had a sexy mind, because you sniffed me from behind. But this isn't art, it's not seduction, it's just simple reproduction. He said, well, I could say I love you, but I'm just following evolutionary trends. She said, I could say that I need you, but I just need you till this time of ovulation ends. Beaver love, my beaver love, hey, hey. Beaver love, my beaver love, hey, hey. If everybody could memorize that part, because I'm actually going to get everybody in the room to sing it at the end of the song. Herb, if you could lock the doors, I was barricading them, that's why I was late to get on the stage. then as we were mating, we saw two humans dating. They were kissing, holding hands, but both of them were wearing pants, and I could tell they were of age for fertilization of eggs. So why are they wasting all their time with dinner, nice kisses, and wine? When they could be at it like the rabbits, they could rattle like the snakes, clean each other just like cats who use no hands. Like a T-Rex, they could be swinging like the monkeys, squealing like the pigs, or just doing it like those beavers on these leaves and worms and twigs. So humans, next time, just say, hey, I like your DNA. Do you wanna set a date to come over, procreate? He said, oh well, I could say I love you, but I'm just following evolutionary trends. She said, I could say that I need you, but I just need you till this time of ovulation ends. Beaver love, my beaver love. Hey, hey, everybody join in. Beaver love, my beaver love. Hey, hey, and again. Beaver love, my beaver love. Hey, hey, once more for my mum who hates this song. Beaver love, my beaver love. Hey, 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 hey. Thank you very much. I'm thinking it's not going to be like a mainstream song. It's not going to be like a UK hot hit, but maybe one of the alternative charts. So now that we know that we are humans and we do need to date, we need to think, what are we attracted to? So one of the things we're attracted to is the color red. So millions of years ago, our ancestors developed this ability to see ripe red fruits amongst green leaves. And from then on in, constantly, red in our brains equals reward. Even looking at somebody wearing red can quicken the pulse and cause mass feelings of excitement. Calm down, guys. There's a bit of a delay in that joke being delivered there. Just when I'm seeing it, it looks much better on that screen than it looked on my laptop, so I must add excellent Photoshop skills to my Tinder bio. So one of the other things that we're attracted to is something called MHC genes. So the MHC genes, they build our immune system, but they also give us our natural scent. There's a very, very famous experiment where women overwhelmingly preferred the smell of t-shirts worn by men who had different MHC genes to their own. And the reason for that was that when two people with two different sets of MHC genes come together, they produce a child whose MHC genes have the best of both worlds. Therefore, their immune system will be stronger and they can better fight disease. So in terms of MHC genes, opposites attract. So stage one lust is complete. So that's probably my favorite stage. But after that stage, we move on to stage two, which is romantic attraction. So this is the stage that you are head over heels, madly in love with somebody, obsessed with them, like you spent £300 on a gym membership because they checked themselves in once. Like it's that kind of obsessive, compulsive love. And people kind of associate this kind of love with the heart, but the real magic happens in our brain. And there are a couple of areas in the brain that light up when we're in love. So scientists put some people who were madly in love in a scanner, and one of the areas that lit up was an area called the caudate nucleus. So it helps us expect and detect rewards, and in this case, the reward is love. And the second area is an area called the ventral tegmental area. So it's almost like a chemical-making factory, and it makes these little cocktails, and it shoots these little love drugs out through our brains and bodies. The chemical cocktail is made of dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin blockers. So this stimulates the same area of the brain as cocaine, with similar side effects like increased heart rate, obsessive thoughts, and ultimately addiction. So if you're in love, you're actually chemically insane. Now, your brain isn't able to kind of survive in that state forever, so it sobers up and it guides you to the third stage of love. And the third stage of love is attachment. So you're now in this for the long haul. Is there anybody here in a long-term relationship or married? Yeah, there was one person out of everyone that was enthusiastic about that. So this is the stage where kind of the excitement has worn off a little bit, and these kind of opiate-like, pain-killing, numbing chemicals kick into the body and sober the brain up. Now, I'm actually one of the lucky ones, because I've been through these stages, and I have fallen madly in love. I actually met my soulmate in this lovely little coffee shop. Some people, you're probably looking at me and thinking, she's a fine-looking woman, like she's probably had loads of great relationships. Not quite true, but I did meet my soulmate in this wee coffee shop in Belfast. It's gorgeous. It's a wee independent one, it's called Starbucks. And if you're ever there, you should, like, it's amazing. So I met my soulmate. My soulmate was a barista, and we just kind of hit it off. Like, there was a connection there, and it was just fantastic. But the whole soulmate thing wasn't mutual. But like all good relationships, we both kind of got things out of it. Like, I got this song under restraining order. So I thought I'd kind of write a scientifically accurate love song. I go to Starbucks every day, 15 times at least I'd say, all so I can get a glimpse of you. You make my coffee perfectly, even though I ordered tea, but I don't mind as long as I find you. And pandemical chemicals exploding in my brain, making me do crazy things, making me go insane. I hope you're crazy too. I'm chemically crazy for you. And suddenly when we get close, I smell your jeans, not those ones gross, and realize that you are the one for me. And our smelly jeans are opposite. Basically, you are a hit, indicating compatibility. And those sexy jeans called MHC build our immune system, and opposite genes do attract, making us want to kiss. Then when we come to mate, our kids' diverse immunity will be great. And evolutionarily, oh, you're adopted just for me. Oh, this has been planned since the dawn of time. And I know that I just said date, but nature's thinking procreate, and I don't mind if it'll benefit mankind. Adrenaline and dopamine are coursing through my veins, tickling the same brain parts as a line of crack cocaine. I hope you're crazy too. I'm chemically crazy for you. Oh, I hope you're crazy too. I'm chemically crazy for you. Thank you. So, just to end today, I thought I couldn't really talk about love without mentioning something I like to refer to as digital dating, because I think it's changed the way we fall in love and the way we date. So it all started with Match.com, 1995. So since it has been launched, it's been responsible for over 500,000 relationships and around 1 million babies, which I think is quite unbelievable. But things really kicked off in 2012 with Tinder. Is anybody here on Tinder? Right. People in Manchester quite adept at lying. At least 3 people in the second row that matched with me earlier. So there are quite a few fascinating stats about Tinder. So the thing I can't get my head around about Tinder is that it is available in practically every country in the world. But if you think about what some of our countries don't have, like water, and they've got Tinder. Like, that just blows my mind. And one of the best stats that I found out about Tinder was that the average length of a woman's first message is 122 characters. The average length of a man's is 12. Read into that what you will. But I just thought, I, of course, have fallen in love online many times. The barista in Starbucks hasn't been my only victim. So I just thought I should write a modern-day love song, and I thought I could share it with you all just to finish off for today. Now, are people on Instagram? Yeah? Put up your hand if you know what an Insta-bae is. Most people don't, okay. So an Insta-bae is one of the most used words in my vocabulary. So it's whenever you fall in love with someone on Instagram, and they're perfect, and they're beautiful, and their life's perfect, and they look perfect at their Auntie Sharon's wedding 3 years ago, and you kind of go back in their Instagram newsfeed like 50 weeks, and you're 60 weeks deep, that kind of thing. But you've never actually met them, and you don't know them. Is this starting to sound familiar? Everybody's like, yeah, but I don't want to actually say it out loud. So I thought I'd write a song called #InstaBae about one of my #InstaBaes. If you're listening, I love you. So thank you very much for being a lovely audience. This is #InstaBae. I hope some people can identify with some of the parts in the song. I'm just online talking to people. I gets me some wine, end up stalking some people. I'm trying to find my Insta-bae. Then I see your picture and I'm like, #hey. You like taking photos of yourself in the mirror, me too. You also like taking photos of your mediocre food. You even have pictures of you and your dog out on your bikes. I don't like dogs, but I could use them in my photo for likes. Then I see it, cue my heartbreak. This must be a mistake. Who the is she in your Instagram feed? No, it should be me. I've been 50 weeks deep in your photos for days. Baby, let's just get engaged. There's like 30 different ways for me to find your address. Snapchat Geo, tagging on. You thought you turned it off, but baby, you was wrong. Your Facebook checked in to your mama's house. Tell her from outside of her window that I like her blouse. That girl on your Instagram isn't half as pretty as me, despite the fact she's an underwear model for Abercrombie and Fitch. What a witch, I'm guessing she's got no personality. And I don't care that her hair looks like it's from an ad I saw on TV. How could you choose her? What a loser. This must be a mistake. Who the is she in your Instagram feed? No, it should be me. I've been 50 weeks deep in your photos for days. Maybe let's just get engaged. There's like 30 different ways for me to find your address. We could have been for real Facebook relationship. Now my only commitment is eating this bargain bucket with a gravy chip. We could have Netflix and chilled. I've got a sofa bed. Now I'll just Netflix and fill myself with garlic bread. Who is she in your Instagram feed? No, it should be me. I've been 50 weeks deep in your photos for days. Baby, let's just get engaged. There's like 30 different ways for me to find your address. And I've just noticed you have the same second name. You must have married her. My life will never be the same. How could you do this to us? Do you have no decency? My #InstaBae has #InstaBetrayed me. So I slide into your DMs, that's direct message, guys. And as I wait for your reply, tears are filling both my eyes. I wrote, I can't believe you married Kylie, loved her, held her, kissed her. You replied, I don't know who you are, but Kylie is my sister. So it could be me in your Instagram feed. Yeah, it should be C. I've been 50 weeks deep in your photos for days. Baby, let's just get engaged. There's like 30 different ways days for me to find your address. I'm Emer Maguire. Thank you very much.